Ambition. Ambition is a word that lacks ambition. Ambition is frozen desire, the current of a vocational life immobilized and over-concretized to set unforgiving goals. Ambition may be essential for the young, but becomes the essential obstacle of any attempt at a mature life. Ambition abstracts us from the underlying elemental nature of the creative conversation, while providing us the cover of a target that becomes false through over-description, over-familiarity, or too much understanding. The ease of having an ambition is that it can be explained to others. The very dis-ease of ambition is that it can be so easily explained to others. What is worthy of a life's dedication does not want to be known by us in ways that diminish its actual sense of presence. Everything true to itself has its own secret language and an internal intentionality with a secret, surprising flow, even to the person who supposedly puts it all in motion. Ambition ultimately withers all secrets in its glare before those secrets have had time to come to life from within, and then thwarts the generosity and maturity that ripens the discourse of a lifetime's dedication to a work. We may direct the beam of ambition to illuminate a certain corner of the future world, but ultimately it can reveal to us only those dreams with which we have already become familiar. Ambition, left to itself, like a Rupert Murdoch, always becomes tedious. Its only object, the creation of larger and larger empires of control. But a true vocation calls us out beyond ourselves, breaks our heart in the process, and then humbles, simplifies, and enlightens us about the hidden core nature of the work that enticed us in the first place. We find that all along we had what we needed from the beginning, and that in the end we have returned to its essence, an essence we could not understand until we had undertaken the journey. No matter the self-conceited importance of our labors, we are all compost for worlds we cannot yet imagine. No matter the self-conceited importance of our labors, we are all compost for worlds we cannot yet imagine. Ambition takes us toward that horizon, but not over it. That line will always recede before our controlling hands. But a calling is a conversation between our physical bodies, our work, our intellects and imaginations, and a new world that is itself the territory we seek. A vocation always includes the specific, heart-rending way we will fail at our attempt to live our lives fully. A vocation always includes the specific, heart-rending way we will fail at our attempt to live our lives fully. A true vocation always metamorphoses both ambition and failure into compassion and understanding for others. Ambition takes willpower and a constant application of energy to stay on a perceived bearing, but a serious vocational calling demands a constant attention to the unknown gravitational field that surrounds us, and from which we recharge ourselves. As if breathing from the atmosphere of possibility itself. A life's work is not a series of stepping stones. A life's work is not a series of stepping stones onto which we calmly place our feet, but more like an ocean crossing, where there is no path, only a heading, a direction, in conversation with the elements. Looking back, we see the wake we have left as only a brief, glimmering trace on the waters. Ambition is natural to the first steps of youth, who must experience its essential falsity to know the larger reality that stands behind it. But held on to too long, and especially in eldership, it always comes to lack surprise, turns the last years of the ambitious into a second childhood, and makes the once successful into an object of pity. The authentic watermark running through the background of a life's work is an arrival at generosity. And as a mark of that generosity, delight in the hopes of the young, and the giving away to them, not only of rewards that may have been earned, but the reward in the secret itself, the core artistry that made the journey a journey. Perhaps the greatest legacy we can leave from our work is not to instill ambition in others, though this may be the first way we describe its arrival in our life, but the passing on of a sense of sheer privilege, of having found a road, a way to follow, and then having been allowed to walk it, often with others, with all its difficulties and minor triumphs, the underlying primary gift of having been a full participant in the conversation. Perhaps the greatest legacy we can leave from our work is not to instill ambition in others, though this may be the first way its arrival in their life is described, but the passing on of a sense of sheer privilege, of having found a road, a way to follow, and then having been allowed to walk it, often with others, with all its difficulties and minor triumphs, the underlying primary gift of having been a full participant in the conversation. Ambition.